Yo, 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 skirt bag. What is up, brother,
Ah,
man?
dude, how did I just get heartburn from a protein shake, dude?
I
What
don't
is that?
know. I don't know.
I don't know if that was heartburn or just like went down too fast, but it's like when
I
you
think it
eat
went
bread,
down too fast.
when you eat bread and you can like feel it go all the way down your chest, like real slow. Does that ever happen
I
to you?
no, I don't know. I'm sure it has, but not ringing a bell
Yeah,
at the current
yo,
time.
have you ever seen the video of the dude sitting on the couch, like super faded, and he just has like two pieces of white bread, like Wonder Bread, stacked on top of each other and just munching on it? And this guy's got a camera in his face. He's like, "Yo, man, what do you eat?" And he goes, "Straight bread. That's all I make. Straight bread." He's like, "You're just eating bread?" He goes, "Straight bread, because that's all I make." He goes, "You got nothing between those pieces of bread?" And he just like pulls them up and goes, "Nathan." Straight bread. And then you hear some dude in the background just go, "He eating straight up bread again?" it's fucking classic, dude. Nathan. Straight bread.
No,
Um
I can't say I've seen that video.
oh man, dude. It's all time classic. It's probably top 5 like Vine videos. It's like one of those like real short, just like it's like the one that's like "Hey yo man, can you pass a stirrup?" It's like, "Yeah, I got you." Psych, I lied. Your pancakes be dry.
Yeah, but that one's good and like viral. Straight bread. Never
Straight
even
bread
seen it
is
before.
like OG viral, bro. It's like 9 years
Nah.
old. Oh my god, you know what I mean? I'm gonna send
Well,
it to
I
you later.
definitely wasn't doing that shit when I was 9 years old.
I was. You weren't eating straight bread at 9? I didn't eat anything
No,
I
I
could
mean
get
I
my
wasn't
mind.
watching those videos at 9 years old.
Well, 9 years ago, you weren't 9 years old,
Oh,
motherfucker.
you meant it's 9 years old. Like the
Yeah,
video is 9 years old.
not 9-year-olds faded eating bread, bro.
No, I thought you meant it's from when we were 9 years old, like super OG.
Oh no, dude, was the internet even around? Like, was viral videos a thing when we were 9? What
I
year
don't
was it?
know.
What year were we 9? 96. So
Oh
4 is
five.
2005. Yeah, Twitter wasn't around until 2008, 2009. YouTube was founded in I think '04
So maybe it was viral on YouTube.
on the YouTube. You sound like an old person talking about social media. Hey, have you been on the Twitter lately? No, I haven't
Sometimes
been
I'd
on the
be on the
Facebook
Twitter.
either.
I was on the Twitter today. The Eagles dropped some dope lock screens. They got this new thing going called It's a Philly thing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So they got like these It's a Philly thing lock screens for the playoffs. But their tweet, it was 4 different pictures, right? One of like the team, one of Devonta Smith, one of Jalen Hurts, and one of BG. And the caption of the tweet was like lock it in for the playoffs, or just like lock it in or something like that. And I was like, that's dope because it's like you gotta lock it, like the team's gotta lock it in mentally, but also it's your lock
Also,
screen.
double entendre, little bars there
Factual.
from the Eagles. Yeah,
Yeah,
goddamn.
dude.
All right,
That's all I got.
that's
They're
fire.
nice. I made one of them on my lock screen because they were dope.
I should probably do that since it's like our playoff push. But
Yeah,
I've had the
it's
same lock
cool.
screen for years.
Same, but now it's cool with the updates. You can have multiple lock screens and you can switch between them so seamlessly.
Are they just like you pick 3 and it just randomizes them every time you lock
No,
your
no,
phone?
no. So look, so this is what I got right now,
Oh, that's fire.
right? And then you gotta like, so you hold it. Oh, it's not gonna work because it needs my face. So you hold it, and then it goes like this, and then you can like,
Or you
you
just
know,
pick one?
I have different ones that I've customized.
Oh,
So this
that's
is like my
sick.
union one, right? And then like this one's me and Lex in Hawaii.
Was that with the last iOS update?
I don't remember. This happened like when I was in Arizona, because that's when I did most of this. Picture's from Arizona, this one's from Arizona, and this one I just made. But also every one
Oh!
you could have a
I
different
just did it!
inside. Yeah, you can have a different inside on all of them too, right? So for this one on the inside, I put me and Lex from the Birds game.
Oh, that's fresh.
But then like my normal one that I have on the inside. So like this is my normal screen, right? It has like my stocks, my battery percentage, and my whoop strain. And on the inside of that, I got Ben.
Oh, that's sick. Dude, I didn't know you could do all of this.
But then some of them they give you like there's like so I have this one, right? It's a picture that I took of Lex when we were in Arizona that I thought was dope.
Yeah.
So when you open it, it's just like a blurred version of that.
Hmm.
That's like the default if you don't customize the inside.
Yeah. Oh, you can like move all the clock and shit around too?
Yeah, and you can like add custom widgets if you want, and you could change the font, you could change the colors, you can do a lot of shit.
Damn. I'm definitely gonna play with this later for sure.
Yeah,
Because
it's not bad. It's pretty
I've
cool.
literally had the same fucking lock screen for like 2 years now.
Yeah, I used to until I found that out. Like I would like the Philly Union one I had for like over a year and a half when they were like since they made their playoff run.
I feel like,
Um,
and I'm sure that they do this to like some extent, but I feel like with every new iOS update that comes out, they should like Apple should post like a video of like all the features and like the new stuff.
yeah, 100%. And if Apple doesn't do it, you can find somebody on YouTube that's gonna run you through all the new shit. I
Yeah,
would
but I'm
put
saying
my
like
life
when you
on that.
update it, they should send you a notification like, "Hey, check out everything that's new in the new update." And
Mm,
it's like a video of
yeah,
like some
yeah, yeah.
Apple Pro doing all the shit. Because I don't know, I just
Yeah,
update
that's
my
true.
phone and I'm like, whatever I don't notice, I'm not going to use. But if I see like
Yeah,
something is clearly different, I'll check it out.
yeah. Well, I mean, you could just go to fucking YouTube. You spend enough time there. Just go to YouTube and type in new
That
features of
that's
iOS.
true.
Blah, blah, blah.
I just don't think to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. But if it was like, oh, new update, like, well, I guess it kind of does that. Like when you open up each app, it's like, here's what's new. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's true. Yeah.
But then you have to open up the apps, and like this thing with the lock screen, like, isn't really opening up an app. It's different.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Dude, I remember excuse me. I remember when like the old not the old ones, but like when you would get a new iOS update, like when the iPhone like 4 was out or like iPhone 5 or something like that, like new iOS updates were like exciting because like a lot like they would change a lot. Like
Yeah,
do you remember the
a
old
lot
like
of like
app icons?
emojis.
Yeah,
Yeah, and a
emojis,
lot of
app
the
icons.
emojis they would like add a lot of emojis, and then when they add new shit, it's dumb. It doesn't matter. But they were like significant updates back in the day.
Oh, my computer's spazzing out. One sec. There we go. Oh, dude, I hate when it dings me in my ears. It's like obnoxiously loud.
You gotta stop getting dinged in the ears.
I can't help it, dude. This thing's a dinosaur.
It'd be fucking dinging you
It just fucking it's like a cartoon, like fucking Looney Tunes.
like a
It hits you in
gong
the
in
head.
both ears.
Yeah, just like the monkey that just.
Yeah, yeah, with the symbols.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that guy's in my head, except he's usually not playing. He's usually not playing cymbals. He's usually got like two big ass fucking drumsticks that are like they're not like little pieces of wood on the end. They're like big things, like what you hit a gong with. They're like those, and he's just fucking beating on the inside of my dome when I'm hungover.
He's got two giant drumstick ice creams, and he's just fucking mad.
No, he bangs them on the inside of my skull, and it fucking hurts. That's what I imagine when I'm hungover sometimes.
Dude, so Jake was in town last Monday for work. It was like him and a bunch of his buddies. I don't know if I talked about this on the last pod. Probably not because we had
No.
Owen on, but Jake was in town. So Monday night we went out, and it was the first time that I had gotten like drunk and probably, I don't know, probably before Thanksgiving. Like I just don't really drink like that. Because I just like have no one to drink with. Like it's just being an adult is not as fun as, back in college or like right after college where it's like, I mean, really only drink to like during Yankees games now, dude, or like sporting events. Like on football Sunday, I'll have a few beers, but I never get like drunk. Like I never
Yeah.
go out and get drunk. So when Jake was in town, we went out and got drunk. And the next morning, obviously, woke up for work, and I was like, dude, I don't remember hangovers being like this, like instant and just like bad, bro. I had the shits,
Yeah.
like my head was pounding. I just like couldn't keep my eyes open, and I
It
was
gets
like, dude,
bad.
it gets bad when you get old, dude. Like, and I'm not even old. I'm only 26 years old.
Yep. Dude, so my first year after graduation, so your senior year, I would go to work in the city, and then Lo would be like, let's go bar hop, or like, let's go to happy hour. And I'd be like, all right, fuck it. So I'd go with her, hang out with her. We would get hammered. And then, we would take the train back to her place, sleep there, and take the train back in to work in the morning. And I was chilling on that, bro. Like I
Yeah.
was good. Like especially like, stop and get a coffee when I get to the office, bro. I'm good. Straight
And
screwing.
dude, that was only like what 4 years ago at the max.
Yeah, and like, dude, and literally like after like a year went by, nope, not anymore.
yeah,
Can't hang.
yeah. I feel like you hit a certain point, like it's like 24 and a half, 25, and you're like, all right, these hangovers are like getting bad, but like once you hit 25 and every year after that, it's just like so much
Yeah.
more worse than the last year.
Yeah. And like it wasn't too bad at the start of COVID. I was talking to Cassandra about this the other day. The first like 2 weeks and like a month of COVID, all I did was drink, right? Like I worked from home and TJ worked from home, so we would just work from home, and then get hammered once work ended. Cassandra was a teacher, so she'd come over, like, she's already done with work by the time I'm done with work, so she would come over because she had nothing to do, and we would just get hammered at the house.
Yeah,
But then we would wake up and be chilling.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I wouldn't even say that. I was gonna say it feels easier when you don't have like during COVID. I was still in school. Like I graduated like at the peak of COVID, but like my job at the time, I was driving, working for valet still. So like once COVID hit, like I didn't have a job, so all I had to worry about was like my homework. And I honestly, dude, like my senior year, the second half of my senior year was so easy just because like nobody knew what was going to happen with COVID. Like everything went to online, and all the professors were pretty much just like, just do this, and like by the end of the semester, and if you get it done, like you're good. So it's like I didn't really have any serious stress about like, I mean, I still had like exams and stuff I had to pass, but it was just like really no responsibility for like 2 months, and I was graduating. So like MK and I would just like, she'd go to work from home for like 3 or 4 hours, and we would just like sit outside and drink and just hang out. And it was like we'd wake up the next day and do the same thing for like 2 months straight.
Yeah. I feel like COVID at Coastal would have been dope, right? Like
it was.
For most kids that like still had all their homies, like if it was my senior year and COVID hit and we were still like partying, but all we had was fucking some online classes, dude, that would be fucking awesome.
Awesome, dude. Yeah. For like 2 months too. It wasn't like the last 2 weeks of the semester. You know what I mean?
Right. It was like a good chunk of time. It was like, all right, I'm just gonna like do these online classes and get hammered, and like I'm probably gonna like
hang out,
longboard a little bit, like play some soccer, like
plus,
enjoy the weather. Like it's not like I'm not gonna be able to work out.
Everyone was getting stimmies, so it's like, free money to just like put into your beer account or like your late night cookout drive.
But then there's like other schools where I feel like COVID sucked, like especially like up here, like Jersey, Philly, New York, where it was like getting hit harder. It was like, oh, this sucks because it's like more serious, and it definitely wasn't as fun, I don't think.
It was not serious at all in South Carolina, dude. We literally were on lockdown for like a week, and then after a week, all the businesses were like, all right, we're gonna like try and open back up again and see what happens. And then like we opened up for a few days. I remember like MK and I, we celebrated by going to Tollingy's and like sitting outside at Tollingy's because it was like the first time in 7 days we haven't been out and seen people, which like at that point in our lives was a long time because we were still technically in college. And after like everything being back open for like another week, like everything shut down again for like another week, and then after that when they reopened up, pretty much all of Myrtle Beach was just like, fuck it, dude, we're just gonna stay open. Nobody here cares. Like nobody cared down there, dude. Like you didn't even have to wear masks for the most part.
Not bad, dude. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it was fun.
Me and my boys were talking about COVID the other day, and I was like, yeah, I think it was just like, big population control. Because Wig said it was like an experiment to see who would get the fucking,
vaccine.
Who would like, how many people they could like holler at. Like how many people they could control pretty easily. And I was like, I don't know. I think it was less. I think it was more population control. You make this fucking, what do you call it? You make this virus in a lab. Oops, gets out. That's our bad. Let's make this vaccine now. That it's like this COVID killed a bunch of people, but it was mostly people with like underlying diseases who weren't very healthy to begin with. It was like not a whole lot of healthy people. And then it like, which I mean, it's still bad, but I mean, they probably didn't make the most deadly thing. It was just very contagious, and the people that got
it's not like it was the Black Plague. You know what I mean?
Right. And then they make a vaccine, and they're like, all right, it's not going to work that well. It's not going to prevent transmission or anything. It's just going to help you fight it if you don't think you can fight it. That's it. But it's still going to transmit like crazy, and like it's still going to keep killing people, and like you're not really going to slow it down by getting this vaccine. But also it's going to like probably kill half the people that take it in due time.
And you're not going to be able to go into any store unless you get it, or any place or anything.
Yeah, I think it was just a way to kill a lot of people. I think that the elites think there's too many people out here.
I don't know. I saw some research study, or it might have been just like a podcast of Elon Musk talking about the population, and he was like, dude, the population, like he was saying about how like the problem with the population is not it's too much, like people are
It's
slowing
not
down.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
also
that's
like
true. But I don't think that the people that are running the show are that smart.
no. You don't think he's one of those people running the show?
I'm not convinced.
The oh my god, you know what that reminds me of? The fucking Illuminati scene in House Party with Kid
Yes.
Cudi.
Yes,
That was
yes.
so funny, dude. That was my favorite scene of the whole movie.
It was so random.
It really was, dude. We like it got to that part, and I was like when Kid Cudi was like, "Oh, I can get you another Braun ring." The Illuminati always carries like a copy or whatever, and I was like, "Huh, wonder how this is gonna go down." I wasn't expecting them to like leave the party, go to an Illuminati party, and like have to fight for the death. Like,
Yeah, no, I thought he was gonna like call somebody.
yeah, yeah, same. Just
I thought
make
it
a
was gonna be
phone
pretty
call or
chill.
something, not like get in your robe and watch people drink blood.
Yeah, and then it's almost died because you said God bless you.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I love the part where they get in the limo afterwards, and what's his name is like, "Oh, dude, I need a drink. I'm parched." And he just picks up like the thing of blood.
Slugs the blood.
He was like, "Was that Merlot?" So that's a smooth Merlot.
Yeah, dude, that movie was fucking good. I didn't like the previews. Let's say we had 7 previews, right? 5 of them were scary movies. And I was like, dude, I came here to giggle, and you're gonna show me all these scary movies. I'm not
Also,
doing it.
you were baked. Like, you don't want to see that.
Super zooted. But yeah, and like Lex hates scary movies, so her and I are in the same boat. I'm like, I'm zooted. That's not what I want to look at right now. She hates it to begin with, so
Oh man,
I'm good.
dude. Magoo and I
We saw
fucking love
previews
scary
for
movies.
Cocaine Bear, which looks
Yeah.
so fucking dumb, dude. The whole
Yeah.
plot, it's like,
It's just stupid.
all right, like a wild bear, that's crazy. But hear me out. What if it's a wild bear and it's on cocaine? Huh? Oh
What
my
do you
god, we got a
think?
banger right here. Let's run with this.
Yeah, how does that get through like production and approved and all that? Like, what?
Yeah.
How many more better movies there could be? That's what I don't like about like I feel like 90% of movies that come out I'm like just not interested in because I'm like not a great concept. But also people probably feel that way about like superhero movies and that's my shit. So
That's
teach
true.
their own.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't, dude. So we when we went, we didn't even get to see the previews because like the line for the tickets was so long. We weren't expecting it. Took us like 15 minutes to get in and get popcorn and stuff. We get to our seats,
Damn.
we sit down, and then the movie starts like 30 seconds later. Perfectly timed.
Not bad, dude.
I do like seeing the
we
previews.
got
though.
there early. We left the house at like 6:50 or like a little after that. Went in, got popcorn and snacks, spent fucking an arm and a leg on it.
Yep.
And yeah, we watched like all of the previews and then some. We got there before the preview started still.
Yeah, that's.
And we left our house like 15, 20 minutes before the movie started.
How close is the movie to you?
2 minutes.
Oh, nice. That's not bad.
Yeah. Have you been to the Taco Bell at my house?
I think Lex
like right down the
brought us
street.
home some once, but
Yeah,
I've never
I think
actually
you're right
been.
too. Yeah, it's like not even a mile down the road. It's right next to my gym, which is a mile away.
Mm.
It's like a few doors down.
That's nice.
You have a Cinemark, right?
Yeah.
Do you have the movie pass thing?
Dude, we have been like debating getting that for like months now.
If you Lex was talking to me about it. I was like, is this shit free? And she was like, no, it's like $10 a month. That's kind of a lot. So like for us, it wouldn't be worth it because we don't go to movies, but it might be worth it for you because if you order your tickets online ahead of time, which is like that's what you should do anyway, probably. I think you get no fees, like on your tickets when you buy them. So you just pay like your ticket price and taxes probably, but then you also get 20% off with snacks and popcorn, drinks, and all that. 20%, dude, that's a lot. We spent almost $40 on snacks and shit. 20% of that would have been like $8.
What did you get? What were your snack of choice?
Large popcorn, obviously. Medium pib, because I saw that, so I had to get the pib, dude.
Yep.
Large water. There's 2 sides waters, and the large one was like 60 cents more. And I was going to spend all this money. I'll spend 60 cents for the extra water, bro.
Right.
And bunch of crunch.
Ooh, the little like the chocolate caramel, like they kind of.
I
look
don't
like
think they're caramel.
asteroids.
Yes, mini asteroids, but I don't think there's caramel in them, is there? I
No?
thought it was just like chocolate and cookie, like
Oh, it might
whatever's in
be.
a Crunch bar.
A Crunch Bar, but it's like the crunch of the Crunch Bar. But like
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah,
asteroids of it. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. Um, and then Lex got a big water, like Sour Patch straws that were banging. And an ice cream sandwich. I don't know where that came from,
Just
but
that
it was
dude.
good.
It's the pregnant cravings, man.
It might have been, dude. And also, like, we never go to the movie, so also it's like, I mean, we're gonna do it right if we're gonna go.
Right,
That was our
right.
first movie date ever.
What?
Yeah.
Y'all literally have a house together. You never been to the movies before?
No, we've never been
What
to the movies.
fuck?
And it's literally
fun,
2
right?
minutes from the house.
It's a good
I mean,
time.
It's not bad because, like, there's not enough people where I feel bad. Like, I still feel comfortable, like, saying things to her during the movie, right? Like, I don't feel like I have to be completely silent the entire time. So, like, there was a dude in House Party who looked like the same dude that was in The Shy. And I was like, yo, this guy looks familiar from that show I used to watch, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I think it was The Shy. Yeah, yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah. But, like, I just, like, it was like, so when we left, I was like, I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because the group chat was blowing up. And I was like, I'm going to give you my undivided attention. And she was like, I'm not going to get your attention. We're watching a fucking movie. And I'm
yeah,
like,
but
yeah.
there's something about
we can
like
still connect
watching a
while we
movie
do it.
together. Right, right.
And, like, we
You know
can
what I
still laugh together and we can still, like, make little side comments while we watch it.
Yeah, that's the best part, dude. Because like, I've always said this like about Maggie too. Like when we go to a movie theater to see a movie, I feel like she always enjoys the movie more because like she's never like on her phone or like distracted. So she's actually just like engaged in the movie, like and
Yeah,
watching
that's
it
a
with
big
me.
part of it. I'm pretty good at keeping my phone down, and Lex is too sometimes. Sometimes she's not. Sometimes she's just not into the movie.
Yeah.
But like she kept her phone away the whole time this time, and like obviously like she enjoyed it. But she stayed awake recently too. We watched Antoine Fisher. She stayed awake for that whole thing, and then we watched this other movie called The Last Laugh, and it wasn't that good. But she stayed awake for the whole thing.
Bullet Train is fucking awesome, dude. We
Bullet
watched it last
Train?
night.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it before and then I fell asleep like 10 minutes in, and ever since then I was just like, it didn't really like grab my attention when I first threw it on, so I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
go out of my way to watch it again. But then last night Maggie and I just had a movie night on the couch and threw it on, and it's really good. It's like action packed and like it's like Deadpool type of comedy.
Interesting. I haven't seen Deadpool.
Dude, log me off. Get me out of the studio. Bro, I know we say this all the time, but you need to get your movies up, son.
I watch movies. I've been watching
It's disrespectful.
movies.
You have been. I'll give you that.
When I was at Waldo's, I watched Pulp Fiction, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Thor Ragnarok, and then I watched Antoine Fisher, and then I watched The Last Laugh. That one doesn't count. That one sucks. And then we saw House Party.
All right, yeah, you're on your way, but you didn't go see Deadpool with Wes and I? Didn't we go in theaters to see that?
Nah, I only saw one movie when we were at Coastal. It was either our junior, senior years, me, you, Jake, and Shane, and I think it was Endgame.
Man, what? Damn, dude, you're never gonna see like a better Marvel movie than if like that's the only one you've seen. I mean, Infinity War, which is the one that came before, that's better in my opinion and most Marvel fans' opinion. But like, that's like 15 years of Marvel movies coming together all at once, dude. That's like the greatest.
It might have been Infinity War. Let me see what years they came out.
I think Endgame came out in 2019, and Infinity War came out in 2017.
Avengers Endgame's 2019, and I graduated in 2018, so there's no fucking way.
It was probably Infinity War then, because that was like a year before that, like end of 2017, beginning of 2018.
Yeah. And yeah, Infinity War was 2018. So then, yeah, we went and saw Infinity War, me, you, Jake, and Shane.
Yeah, that's probably the greatest Marvel movie ever made.
Interesting. Let me look at House Party cast. Yo, you know what I was thinking? It had to be so fucking dope for those two main characters recording that. Because there was
dude, just
so
all the
many
celebrities.
cameos, bro. And then the
Yeah.
kid's literally playing one-on-one with LeBron.
With LeBron,
And, like,
yeah.
at the end, like, the very last blooper of the credits is him missing all those shots.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
they're probably out there just recording, and this dude's fucking ass, and he's fucking missing everything, and they gotta keep doing it. And then he finally gets it, and they all were probably like, let's go! Like legitimately hype as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then did you see where he was, like, dapping up LeBron, like, at the end in the blooper, and he was like, dude, that's like crazy. My, like, life-changing, like, playing one-on-one with LeBron.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
dude, that's almost better than fucking making the movie.
House Party
did you see
Test
the
2023.
Did you see the Drewski cameo?
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I
was
saw
so
that
good,
one.
bro. He was like, well, he was like, that's the king.
I saw Lil Wayne in the
Mhm.
trailer, and I was like, it was like real brief in the trailer. I was like, yo, is that Wayne? And then it's just, now you know he dead. I was like, that's gold.
Yeah. So many good cameos, dude. The koala getting stoned with Gata from Dave.
Oh yeah, I loved when I saw Gate. I was like, no shit. And then I think that might have been Candace Parker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where this bull's from.
I wonder how expensive that was to make that movie. Like all those
I don't know.
cameos are probably pretty expensive. Casts of like all these celebrities.
Maybe it wasn't that hard, you know, because it was like instead of inviting people to Braun's house, you were inviting people to Braun's movie.
Oh, true. And they're like, hey, you want to be in LeBron's movie? Yeah, sure. It's just going to be a party at his house. Yeah, sign me up. I'd sign up for it if I was super famous.
I don't think this dude is. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jacob Lattimore. He's the same dude that was in The Chi. Is Kevin in House Party. I knew
Oh,
it.
I was like, I know this guy's face, but
Have you seen The
know.
Chi?
No, but I'm gonna see what else he was in.
He has very similar personality in The Chi. He's like got a baby dad. He's a baby daddy, got a kid, like not with the baby mama, like trying to get with other chicks. Not very like lives with his parents, doesn't have money, like he's just hustling in the shoe game.
Let's see. House Party Like a Boss. Oh, he was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new one. That might be what I know him from.
The Maze Runner, have you seen that? I think he was in the Maze Runner.
Yeah, I've seen Maze Runner. What else? Ride Along. Oh, he was in Ride Along? I didn't know that. Yeah, I knew his face, but I just like couldn't pick out like what exactly I knew him from.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Emmett, that's his name in The Chi. I thought he was good, dude. I like him.
Yeah, he is good. Dude, the Last of Us came out on HBO.
Oh yeah.
On Sunday. Dude, I've been like excited for this for a while because I've known it was coming out like as a TV show. And like a few months ago I saw like the trailer or whatever for it saying it was going to come out in January. So I've been like super hyped since then. Didn't really have any big expectations because every like video game adaptation or movie or series has always been like a huge letdown. But like HBO did their fucking thing, dude. The guy who plays Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, is Joel, who's like the main character in The Last of Us, or one of the main co-main characters. Dude, it was like the premiere was like an hour and 20 minutes long, and they stuck like, I mean, I knew everything was gonna happen because I've played through that game like 7 times, but like they stuck to like the actual game like story script to a T, and they did it perfect, dude. It was so fucking good. Like I'm like itching for the next episode on Sunday because it was that good. And I like after it, dude, I was like sitting there like shaking. I was like, that was insane, bro. We had our surround sound system hooked up and it was like 1 a.m. when I was watching it. And there was like fucking like explosions and like zombies. Like you could hear like the clicking of the clickers. They're called clickers in the Last of Us because they make like that echolocation like clicking noise.
Okay.
You could like hear them behind the couch, dude, like faintly clicking, and like they're going through the sewer, and like, oh, dude, it was fucking sick. Like the visuals were awesome. It was like highly recommend. And then I saw the next day, it's already like the highest rated IMDb series of all time. It's only
After
been
one
one
episode?
episode. Yeah, which I'm sure it'll go down after a few
Yeah.
episodes, but still, like, I was sitting there and I was like, am I just like overhyping this because I love The Last of Us so much, or was it really that good? And then I got on Twitter and everyone was like, "Holy fuck, that was insane!" I was like, "Oh, all right." At least
Yeah,
I'm
Chris
like,
Long was tweeting about it. He was like, dude, we got The Last of Us and NFL playoffs. This is a special time of year.
yeah, that this weekend was dope for entertainment wise.
Dude, the games this weekend were good.
Yeah, they were.
So San Fran took care of business, doing his thing, whatever. Doing their thing, whatever. But like Seattle kind of got a good thing going here. They got rid of Russ, and they like didn't take a step back. Maybe a small step.
No,
But they have a solid team, and Geno Smith might be back next year.
they didn't make the playoffs last year, so if anything, they took a step forward.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
But,
Geno.
Dude, how old is Geno Smith, though? I feel like he's been in the league for fucking ever.
Yeah, he's probably like 34. $32.
Damn, I feel like he feels a lot older than that. I don't know if it's just like I'm tripping, but he was on the Jets for a while. I remember. Where was he after that?
Yep. Let me pull up his Wikipedia right here. The Jets, and then the Giants, and then the Chargers, and now with the Seahawks.
Yeah. Maybe he's just like found his system. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's got a good thing with Pete Carroll because he's been there since 2019.
Yeah, I mean Kenneth Walker obviously looks good. They got DK.
Yeah. Who's a stud. Tyler Lockett is still that guy. Oh, ish. He's good.
He's a guy. Yeah.
He's above average guy.
They got Noah Fant now too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. The defense is not very good.
No.
It's not the defense of 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's got to be their main focus this offseason. But honestly, dude, like, yeah, they surprised me this year.
Yeah, they were better, I think, than a lot of people thought. The night game was fun, dude. So I was in San Diego for the night game, and so I was in San Diego for my cousin's birthday, right? And she used to live in Jacksonville, and 3 of her best friends live in Jacksonville and are all Jags fans. So they were there, and this one girl was like, one of the biggest football fans I've ever seen or talked to. She wasn't like, she was like a new football fan. She was telling me like her husband's like really into football, so she like watches with him and like asks questions, and like he like looks at what like the formation and everything and like breaks it down for her. So she like knows a lot about football.
Yeah.
So it was fun to talk to her, but she's a huge Jags fan. So we go out to dinner, right? And we have the game. We both have the games on our phones. We weren't sitting like next to each other. But we both had the games like separately on our phones, watching the games. And then we go to a bar that's doing like karaoke, and they got the game on there. And the Jags had that crazy fucking comeback, dude. It was insane. It was so
going
much
nuts.
Fun. Kind of. She's very pregnant, so she wasn't like going too crazy.
Yeah, she wasn't like beating on her tummy and all that.
Nah, none of that.
Let's go, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my god! But speaking of Trevor Lawrence, dude, he's getting all this love, dude. How great he was. He also threw 4 picks in the first half.
Yeah.
He just let that part go right out the window.
Yeah, if they lost that game, he would have been catching a lot of heat.
Yeah,
4 fucking
dude.
picks. But hey, man, he was like, "Fuck, I'm shitting the bed. Let me turn this around real quick."
Not bad. And they went for 2 and got it because, you know, Dougie P's got that big dick.
He's got that wheelbarrow ball sack, Randy from South Park.
He does.
That's Dougie P walking down the streets of Jacksonville.
It is. I love Doug P, dude.
Me too, dude. I got on Eagles Twitter like after that game, like the community that we joined, and everybody was just giving Dougie P love. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Dougie P's heading up to Kansas City to play his old mentor, Andy Reid. Or coach against.
Dude, that could be an interesting game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Won't be.
there's a very high chance that it's not, but there's like a 10% chance that Jacksonville keeps it a game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Kansas City always has like those few spots throughout the season where it's like, oh, this game's closer than it should be. I feel like Jacksonville, especially after the momentum they have after coming back and beating the Chargers last weekend,
know.
like, who knows, dude?
Jags are 8.5-point favorites. The over-under line is set to 53. Give me a thriller.
The Jags are favorites?
No. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
No, the Chiefs are 8.5-point favorites.
I was going to say, there's no way, dude. Pat Mahomes died? What the fuck?
And then on the Sunday games, dude, Miami, they made it a good game against Buffalo, dude. That was fun. It was a lot of fun to watch, and Josh Allen turns the ball over a lot.
He does, dude. That was the longest fucking football game I think of all time.
Dude, that game ended, and so the girl that's like the big football fan, she like both days woke up mad early, like went and plopped her ass on the couch and was like, all right, how do I get this game on? Like flipping through the apps and shit. That was like all she cared about. And so that game's all right. We watched that early game, and then she's like, "Oh, what time does the next game come on?" And I was like, "I think it started like 4:30," and then it was already after 4:30, and she was like, "Nah, dude, like it's not even 4:30 yet, or it's already past 4:30," and I was like, "All right, I don't know." So I pulled it up, and I'm like, "Oh, they're 5 minutes in. Like this game's already started." And as soon as we got the game on, was when the Vikings scored the first touchdown.
Yeah, that Justin Jefferson, where he went down on like the one, they called it back after it was originally a touchdown.
Yeah.
Cost me $400, dude.
Damn, you had him as the first tutty?
No, I had a parlay going on Underdog where it was like, I think it was Kirk Cousins. I took the over 36.5 pass attempts, which hit. I had the Buffalo Bills kicker kicking over 1.5 field goals. I had it was like one of the the gimmies where they do every playoffs where it's like Stephon Diggs over half a yard, so I added that to it. And then I had what other one? I think I had some rushing yard that hit, and then all I needed was a Justin Jefferson fucking anytime touchdown, dude, and he didn't score it. And that one that got was called back, heartbreaking. It was a $20 play to win $400, and I was like, and it was free 20. It wasn't even like I paid $20. It was just like
right.
off of a bet that I'd already won. So I just was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll throw 20 on this. Clip 400, that'd be nice. Brutal, dude. I watched that whole game like just praying. I was like, please, like give Kirk the ball back. And then it was like the last play of the game where it's like 4th and 7. He throws a check down to TJ Hawkinson. I'm sitting there screaming at the TV. I'm like, Kirk, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Your season's on the line. You're throwing a check down. All right, why are you not throwing this ball past the sticks, bro? What the fuck? Like any person with any sort of logical sense knows to throw that ball down.
He had a lot of space. It wasn't like a check down and he had all the space to run. Dude. The defender was right on him.
Exactly. It was like well covered, like fucking just an out route, and it was like, what are you doing, bro? Throw the ball downfield. The season's on the line. What do you got to lose? Oh,
I think a 4-yard out. That's enough on 4th and 8. That's gonna get me there.
Yeah, and Madden, baby, I'm fucking easy. You break 7 tackles.
Giants win that game. I wish I would have put money on it because they were the dog, and I think
everybody
they were the
knew
dog.
They were gonna
but
win.
I think a lot of people had a feeling that they could pull a win out.
Yeah.
Minnesota were frauds, dude. They were always frauds.
Did you see that video of Joe Biden? Minnesota. That was all over my Twitter afterwards, dude.
I did. And then the night game, Ravens-Bengals, that was way better than it should have been with Tyler Huntley. And dude, it all ended up coming down to that one play.
That one fucking QB sneak from 3 yards out. What was that, dude?
I mean, it's not bad, but that's not where you jump.
No, he jumped way too early. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like on third, because that was 3rd and goal, right? So you had 2 downs, right? So it's like on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3, either you do a QB sneak underneath, right? Like where you don't jump over the pile, you just kind of try to go and get like a yard or 2, or you hand it off and try to get a yard or 2. And then, if you get in the end zone, great. If not, you have 4th and goal from the 1, and that's when you can try to leap over. We don't have to leap fucking 4 yards. It was, I mean, he needs to be coached better on that, I feel like. It's his fault for jumping, but, I mean, in his head, he probably was like, bro, it's the fucking playoffs. I'm going to go get it. Like,
yeah.
Somebody's got to tell him, like, look, like, we don't need a touchdown here. We just need to protect the football. Like, don't jump over the pile.
Right, and he had that shit by like the bottom of the football, like pretty much like fucking Christ himself.
Yeah.
Where he's like holding up the thing, and the guy on the linebacker just said, "Yeah, I'll take that 100 yards back to the house."
And then at the end of the game, fucking Harbaugh pretty much was like, "Yeah, it's the QB's fault," and J.K. Dobbins was like, "If we had Lamar, we would have won."
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for Tyler Huntley, dude. Like they put him in a terrible situation to begin with.
Yeah.
If we had Lamar, we would have won.
And then they're just fucking shitting on him.
You have no fucking receivers,
He
dude.
also said that Huntley played well. He was like, if we had Lamar, we would have won. And it's like,
oh, so you can't really say that. Like if you had Lamar, like you might have won, you might have lost.
You might not have Lamar next year, dude. He was tweeting some cryptic shit about like, or was on his IG story some cryptic shit about like, when you have a good thing, you don't let it go and you don't risk losing it. Like, you do everything you can to protect that good thing. Because apparently the Ravens are thinking about franchise tagging this bull.
Really?
Instead of giving him a big contract.
Dude.
That's bad business, dude.
I feel
bad
bad.
Business.
I feel bad for Lamar, dude. They have not given that man any sort of help whatsoever. Like,
no.
Who have they added to their team since
having
him that? Yeah, bro. Like
Rashad Bateman.
Doesn't move the needle even in the slightest.
He's good. I think they were pretty injury ridden this year between Lamar and the receivers, but still, dude.
Rashad Bateman last year was
maybe it's their O-line that they need. Everybody needs a little O-line help.
Yeah, I mean, that's with every team, but also like, how long do you think Lamar's going to be able to run the way he runs now? I mean, Mike Vick was able to keep it up for a while, but like, also if you have no receivers to throw to, you're running every fucking down. Like,
right?
That's not sustainable.
Nope. I don't know. We'll see. The Ravens might need to do a little rebuilding, and they might be pissing off a generational talent.
Yeah.
By being greedy fucks.
If Lamar doesn't stay in Baltimore, who do you think would benefit the best from him?
I feel like the Jets are a quarterback away.
Yeah, I agree, dude. They're a good team. They just don't have a quarterback.
Between Michael Carter, and then even Jonathan Knight, he was good in his absence
when he comes back.
Breece Hall, and then you got Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore. Like they have like a bunch of like
their
a
defense is
good receivers. The defense was really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
The defense was really good this year. And who do they have at tight end? I think
what's his name? He just came over.
He just did. This was his first year with him.
But
I can't think of who it is. But like, I mean, I think if they could get a quarterback, dude,
Lamar as a Jet would be sick. That'd be a fun team to watch, man.
Conklin, that's who they had.
Tyler Conklin, yep.
And they have CJ Uzama.
Yeah, they've got a good team. They're literally a quarterback away. Zach Wilson's not going to be that guy. Zach Wilson's not going to have a job next year.
Nah, he might not, dude. They've been talking about moving on from him. Mike White's better than him, dude.
So is Joe Flacco, dude. Not saying a lot.
Yeah.
The dude's 45.
Zach Wilson's a bum, dude. He couldn't even beat Coastal Carolina. Get that guy out of here.
Imagine taking him second overall. That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny because everybody and their mother was like, what are you doing, Jets? Second overall? You're wasting a second overall draft pick on this guy?
I know. Now he's about to be gone. Maybe Aaron Rodgers. There's speculation. Oh, there's always speculation about what he's going to be doing.
Every year, yeah.
I mean, you throw Aaron Rodgers out there and you have a good run game and you have Aaron Rodgers who can just sling it to fucking Garrett Wilson all day.
Dude, I wouldn't mind seeing Aaron Rodgers in a non-Packers uniform. I think it's time.
I think it might happen. It might be fun. They're going to have to trade him, though, and I think it's going to be a pretty big cap hit one way or the other.
You think Brady leaves Tampa Bay? You think he stays?
I don't know, but we'll get into that now. Brady and the Bucs just played on Monday night, and that game was fucking horrific, dude.
Yeah.
I was like on my way home from San Diego, and I was fucking watching that game like on my phone, and then like through the fucking airport and shit like that, and it was bad, dude.
Yeah,
the Bucs looked horrendous.
And it's like,
Here's the thing. Brady's too old to evade the pocket. You need a good pocket. The Bucs
yeah,
O-line was bad this year. You give Brady 3 to 5 seconds, he can go through his reads and hit his guy. You give him less than 3, and that's not enough time for routes to develop, and he can't keep the plays together.
no, because he's fucking almost 50 years old.
Yeah. Brady's real bad under pressure, and it showed. And the
And it's
Cowboys
like,
are
you
the,
can't
are
even
the
blame
highest
him,
pressure
dude.
team in the league.
Yeah, when Micah Parsons is screaming down your neck fucking 1,000 miles an hour. And
Cowboys get
47
pressure
years old.
on 39% of their defensive snaps. It's almost
Yeah,
half
that's
of them.
wild. That's wild. But I don't know, dude. I it's like almost not his fault, but it is, because it's like, you're a quarterback. That's a quarterback's job, is to extend plays if possible. But like, I feel like he's kind of getting this treatment. Oh, he's the GOAT. Like, let him keep playing. Let him keep playing. But if it's like hindering the team that much, where your quarterback can't even like roll out and extend a play,
Yeah.
probably time
Dude,
to.
they made the playoffs with a losing record in the worst fucking division in the league. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the Commanders had a better record, and they were the worst team in the NFC East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Commanders weren't. They were even, weren't they? Or no, they were 9-8, because you can't be even with 17 weeks.
They had a tie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Were they 8-1?
Something like that. Yeah, they were. They were 8-1, and the Bucs were 8-9 in the playoffs.
The Commanders would have put up a better fight if you Carson Wentz at quarterback.
I know. The Lions at 9-8. That would have been a more entertaining game.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what
the
I kind of
Packers at
hate
8
about
and 9.
like the conferences and stuff, dude. We should just take like the top teams of the league and put them in the playoffs.
Keep the NFC and the AFC, or split them up.
Keep the NFC, AFC, but like just take the top teams that have the best record and put them in the playoffs. You have a team that's 8-9 making the playoffs just because they happen to play in a shitty division. How does that make any sense?
I don't know.
That's fucking stupid.
I mean, at least nobody like missed the playoffs with a better record than somebody else in the AFC. Like in the AFC, it all shook out. The Jags were 9-8, right? But then like Steelers 9-8, and they didn't make the playoffs. Raiders 6-11, Patriots 8-9. Those are the only other like teams. Those are the best teams in each division that didn't make the playoffs. So like only the Steelers even had the same record, but the Jags were just a higher seed. Right. So the Jags hosted the Chargers, and the Chargers had one more win. So if you didn't do seeding, they probably would have just flipped where it was played, which could be a lot, but still.
Right. Well, yeah, outside of the Chargers, because they have like 15 fucking fans.
Yeah.
So like home games probably feel like away games to them. It kind of sucks. Like the Lions deserved, especially after beating the Packers in the last week.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
So much more deserved a fucking
Lions
playoff
were fun
spot
this year.
Yeah.
Their OC's coming back. He got a bunch of requests to do head coaching interviews, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna stay. I like what we're building here." And they were talking about, they were like, either that means that it's really that good in Detroit, and like he really likes what he's got over there, or these other teams requesting the interview are just such fucking dumpster fires and such a mess that he doesn't want to be associated with it. Like he doesn't want that like head coach of a terrible team that he can't win with, because the roster and the entire organization is
going to make him look
bad.
bad.
It's gonna it's gonna blemish his resume. He's like, no, I'll stay. And plus, if he stays another year and the offense is good next year, then his price tag goes up.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like why would you even, unless it's like,
go to a bad team.
A team like maybe even the Jets, like if you say, get me a quarterback and I'll consider it, but why, I don't see why you would leave something that's that good.
No, dude, you just had a winning season. You just had a better record than the Packers. And you're the Detroit Lions.
I haven't been good for as long as I've been alive.
So before we get into this weekend's games, apparently the NFL has told their refs to start cracking down on teams using foreign objects for like extra point attempts and field goals, and it's all stemming from an Eagles kick on a PAT against the Giants when we won 48-22. There was like you could see Ryan Sippis like has his fingers on like a little white thing when he's holding the ball, and then like he catches it and he puts the ball down on that white thing, and then Jake Elliott kicks it. That piece moves forward like a few feet, and he goes and picks it up and daps up Jake Elliott. But it doesn't. They don't use it as like a to hold the ball. It doesn't help the ball. They use it as a visual cue. Pat McAfee was talking about it because he used to be a holder. He's like, we just use it as like a visual cue because you got to know where to place the ball and then turn, catch a ball, and then put it right back in the exact spot so the kicker can kick it because they base everything off of that spot. That's how they set their kick up. So that's what it's used for. He was like, and it is illegal to bring foreign objects, but if it's like something that you get from the field, it's fine. So like if you're playing on a grass field and you grab some like grass that was painted white, you know what I mean? Rip up a few like a clump of it, not a clump, like a few pieces, and just use that as your visual cue. Like that's cool.
What if you have like tape on your wrist or something? Is that considered a foreign object?
I don't know.
Like you find a piece of tape on the ground, you're like, oh, can I use that for the game? What if you peel off a piece of tape, throw it on the grass, wait 5 minutes, be like, oh, look at that, not a foreign object, and you use this for my visual?
You probably have to like snag it on your way out there.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Our boy Brad, who's a Cowboys fan, obviously sent us a link trying to call the Eagles out, and I was like, well, but here's the thing, right? They were seen doing it on an extra point in a 48-22 victory. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah.
But then you have a couple other teams. I think the Lions and Washington both got caught doing it this year, and I think last year or 2 years ago, Harrison Butker, whoever his holder was at the time, got saw like doing that with a 53-yard game-winning field goal. Like, okay, that feels a little different.
Yeah, but if it's like just for visuals, it's not like it's helping the kick go farther.
Yeah, they're not like propping it up on anything.
Right. I don't see why that's really an issue if it's just helping like.
Agreed, but I mean, a rule is a rule is a rule. So like if it's gonna be a rule, you gotta kind of call it for everybody.
You're not cheating, you ain't trying.
But yeah, I think it's like a whole lot of nothing. Right, like it really doesn't matter. Like, yeah, he broke the rule, and like obviously we're biased as fucking Birds fans, but it just feels like, yeah, it's not like he's bringing a T out there. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, dude, that's the whole thing. Like with being a Yanks fan, where it's like supposedly that whole thing came out about how the Yankees were getting juice balls, and all this, and it's like, what are the Yankees just not supposed to hit the baseballs that are being thrown at them? It's not like it's their doing. You know what I mean? It's not like they're bringing their own bucket of balls saying,
well, it could be their coaches doing.
No, it's not. The MLB issues the balls, not the Yankees.
Well, you think that the fucking owner of the Yankees doesn't talk to the dude running the show at the MLB?
Rob Manfred?
Yeah.
He's the most corrupt motherfucker out of all of them.
So, exactly. So why wouldn't the Yankees...
It's
so why wouldn't the Yankees owners be like, yo, the Yankees were the only one getting juice balls. So why wouldn't the Yankees owner be like, yo, we're about to have fucking... we got to get all the bodies in these stands, right? Let's fucking sell as many
tickets. Dude, the Yankees
are
the last team that need help selling seats. What? That makes no sense.
Maybe.
No, not
Give
even
me the
close.
stats. You can't just say that. You can't just say Yankees sold tickets. Give me the stats that say they're having sold out games every single
Look it up. Game. They have the most attendance out of every team, like almost every year. In years that we barely make the playoffs, we have the most attendance.
Okay, you're sitting here telling me that the owner of the Yankees, who you think is one of the greediest motherfuckers, and you need to go back to Steinbrenner, you think it's above him?
He is a Steinbrenner. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, whatever. The old head who you said would spend all the money and didn't care about payroll. He just cared about winning, and now this guy doesn't want to run the payroll up. Like, you think he's not going to be like, all right, let's fucking MLB juice these balls? I don't think it's above him.
Well, okay, I don't think it's above anybody if we're talking in terms of that. Any of the owners. If the MLB came to any of the owners, we're like, we're going to juice your balls, I don't think any of them would say no. But I don't think that's how it works. I think Manfred just does it purposefully because he knows the Yankees are getting the most viewers anyway, so they're going to juice the balls to make the game more exciting for the most viewers. That's the whole reason that they do it. And they had Judge about to break a 62 or 61 year record where they're like, all right, well, people are tuning in to watch him break the record, so we're going to juice the balls so that he hits the record.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, you can't be mad at everybody else for being mad at the Yankees for getting juice balls, even if it is mostly the MLB doing it.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not the Yankees' fault that any of this is happening. You know what I mean? It's not like they're requesting juiced balls because, oh, we're the Yankees. But you want us to be like the Yankees go out there and be like, oh, these balls are juiced. We're just going to not swing at them.
I mean, maybe. Not swing at them, but maybe have like a half of an ounce of dignity and be like,
They probably, the players didn't even know, dude. It's not like they even knew any of that shit was going on. They don't, I mean, there's definitely
that's
some
what they want
you
to think.
There's some conspiracies with Pete Alonso a few years ago when the balls were actually juiced and he was like, yeah, they're juicing the balls, blah, blah, blah. And then it came out that they were, but it was a league-wide thing. I think it's just fucking Manfred at the top of everything where he's like, how can I make the game the most interesting in the most terrible ways? Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, it just feels like you can't be mad at people for being mad at the Yankees for getting juice balls.
Why not?
Like, I mean, I'm kind of mad at the Lakers for getting like better ref calls.
They get better ref calls, or they just get better refs?
No. They get better ref calls.
But why is that?
Well, a lot of teams do, because the league wants them to go to the finals.
Right, but like that's not the Lakers' fault.
You don't think it's the Lakers' fault at all?
No, if they're getting, they're not the ones fucking supplying the refs and saying give us the better call.
They might be the ones that are in the league's pocket and saying, hey, feel free to get us to the NBA finals so we can sell, NBA finals tickets.
No, I don't think the league would. I don't think the league would be like a substantial enough money to be like, okay, we're gonna fucking rig it that much in your favor. You know what I mean? Like, how much is like?
Well, they did for the Lakers in like 2002 or 2001. There was a very significant series. I think it was the Western Conference Finals. It was them and the Kings were up 3-1 or 3-2, and like the Lakers were just getting all the softest calls in their favor, and the Kings were getting literally nothing. They were getting hacked, and like the discrepancies between fouls and like free throws, and then the final margin of the game. It's like widely known to be the most obvious job fixing in like professional sports history, except maybe soccer. I don't know the history of soccer, but like American sports.
I feel like that's the thing with basketball, though. I feel like it's like the easiest sport to fix because of that.
It is.
That's just a problem with the sport. You know what I mean? Like, it's super hard to officiate.
I think that's a problem with the league, too. I wish the league would have third-party referees.
Yeah, the NBA and the referees are corrupt. Like, I remember seeing, like, some documentary about that a few months ago about how, like, there was this whole scandal. And even college basketball, kind of the same way.
Yeah, the whole reffing industry is like a big cesspool.
That's why we just need robots, dude. Bring in the fucking robots. Bring in the dancing robots.
Nah, you can't do that either. Not for basketball.
Why? It takes away all sort of well, yeah, but
nope.
For baseball, it does take away I'm all about it.
You need, to a certain extent, like you need to ref in the moment. You know what I mean? Like it's different for baseball because it strikes balls out, right? Like ejections are and physical altercations are like, the only thing maybe you need some judgment for, and those are rare, right? But like if you're in a basketball game, you can't call every single foul. There's fouls on every play, right? In football, there's holding on every play.
Right.
You can't, that would just be so hard to have a robot use judgment in those kind of situations. And in the context of the game as a whole, like some games are just rougher than others,
more
and
physical,
players are going to get away with more. And it just goes that way sometimes.
Did you see how they were?
You can do the robots.
Well, yeah, I know. I think it was you that said this the other day when we were on COD, how they're going to be implementing the robo-umps for all AAA games.
All robo-umps for AAA, yeah.
Fire me up, dude. There's that challenge. Have you seen the challenge system where you get a certain amount of challenges as a batter? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's super quick. But yeah, I think they're just going straight all robo, not even the challenge this year, which is pretty dope.
But
sometimes
did
you get dummy nice ump performances. Like there was one ump that was like 100% accuracy in a World
but
Series
those are
game.
super rare,
So
dude.
rare, I know.
Super rare. Like 2 or 3 a year out of all
They're
the
gonna
games,
be even.
dude.
Well, I guess they wouldn't be more rare. They would be pretty much 24/7 if you had robo umps.
Did you? Yeah, literally every game. Did you see how they were doing like the quick review in the football games over the weekend? How it was like it would be called like a catch, and then they'd be like, "Oh, never mind." Like Booth said, it wasn't a catch because it clearly wasn't. Like, I like that. That was cool. How like quick and concise it was.
Me too. They're probably at that point you can almost get away of coaching challenges like to an extent, right? Because it's like if it's close, you could be like, all right, let's look at this. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're already looking at everything, just be like, we actually don't think like either say like, no, that's definitely not like a catch, whatever, overturn it then and there, or be like, oh, that's actually too close for us to tell quickly. Like, let's try to get some more angles and get the call right. Where you can almost eliminate challenges, except for, bad challenges where the fucking coach is going to lose it because obviously he's wrong.
Yeah, which happens more than you'd think.
Yeah, then you're just losing a timeout, basically.
Right. You want to get into this weekend's games?
Yeah, so we already talked a bit about Chiefs and Jags, but then that's a Saturday afternoon game, and then the Saturday night game is we got the Birds and the Giants.
The Birds and the Bees.
And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous.
I think after seeing how well the Giants played against the Vikings is like it's putting a little okay, but like I'd still rather play them than like the Cowboys this round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because I feel like their the Giants have a good defense, but the Cowboys defense scares me a lot.
The Giants have an okay defense. They don't have a great rushing defense, and like, dude, let's just pound the ball, fucking Boston Scott, Miles Sanders. If we can run the ball at 5 yards a clip, we're money.
Yeah. And Jalen Hurts is going to do his thing through the air, so.
Yes.
And my whole thing
will
is
hopefully be able to do his thing rushing the ball, too.
I just want our defense to have one of those games where they come out and just, like, keep them to, like, one touchdown at the half, dude, and we'll be golden.
One touchdown each half, dude. I'm fine with that. Maybe, like, throwing a field goal or two. If they get, I don't, like, basically saying, like, keep them under 20 points, right? 20 points is going to be 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
Right.
Keep them under 20. Put up 30 plus. Make me happy. Make me feel good, right? And let's get a couple turnovers.
Yeah,
right. Like
I'm about it.
I feel like the Eagles' defense is very streaky. Where like sometimes they'll fucking be turning the ball over 4 times a game, and sometimes then they don't get a turnover for 4 games. But I mean, let's start that streak now because we haven't looked great at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, dude, give me like a forced fumble on a sack or something like that.
Yeah, or a pick.
Or a pick.
Like
I'd like a
strip
pick,
sack
but
or a pick.
I love seeing a good strip sack, dude, because it's just like I feel. I mean, not to say that interceptions aren't like well worked, but like when you beat an offensive line, get to the quarterback and get the ball, like that fires me up.
Yeah, that's money. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely nervous, but I think we should get a win. I'm hoping we're gonna get a win. What are you doing for the game?
I was going to go golfing Saturday, but it's going to be cold as shit, so I might just hang out for the day and kind of just, like, vibe. Might go to the record store, and then probably just going to come home and make a banging-ass dinner, dude, throw a few beers back and watch the game.
Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I would love to watch it with my boys, because obviously some of my boys here are Eagles fans, and then, like, Chris is a Giants fan, and my boy Timmy's kind of like a Giants fan sometimes when he watches football. So, like, that would be fun. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel like driving 45 minutes for an 8:15 start. That's not going to end before 11:30, and I'm going to get home so late. Like,
gonna get home so late, and if you have to do all that driving, like you probably won't be able to drink that much.
Well, Lex will drive because she's homie.
Oh, true.
But then we have a birthday party the next day at a brewery, so it's like,
yeah. I feel like you gotta wait. Like, I mean, obviously we gotta win this game first, but like NFC Championship game with the boys would probably be more worth it.
Yeah, especially if it's the Cowboys, because Brad's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. Who would you rather see in the championship game, Cowboys or Niners?
The part of me that hates the Cowboys wants to see the Niners because, like, the further that the Cowboys make it, the less happy I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, who I would rather beat more? It probably doesn't matter. I think the Niners are better. But, I mean, with the Cowboys, it's different because it's divisional opponent.
Yeah.
But I think the Niners are a better team. I don't really want to play either of them, but we're gonna have to play one of them if we make it that far.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at a point, dude, where like, all right, say we win this weekend and like the other NFC game goes on, like the Cowboys win. I'm almost at a point where like, give us like their first NFC championship game and how like almost 30 years and let us be the fucking party spoilers, dude. Like how fucking awesome
Yeah.
would that be? The Eagles come out of nowhere this year. The one year the Cowboys finally make a championship game and the Eagles just come out of nowhere and shit on them. Like that would be so fucking sick. Especially after the last time we played them, dude, where it was like, you know, we didn't have Jalen and it was just like a frustrating game to watch on Christmas Eve. Like that would be an awesome game.
I kind of hope that it's close against the Giants.
The Eagles?
Yeah. I
Why?
hope
What
we
makes
win,
you say that?
obviously. But if it's close against the Giants and we win, then, and like, let's say the Cowboys and the Niners have like a shootout, right? Like they both like high scoring. I think it's possible that the Eagles could be underdogs at home in the NFC Championship, just like the year we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like after the way we finished the regular season, and then if we don't fucking like
blow out the
breaks off
Giants.
the Giants, and it's like close, and maybe they don't look amazing, then it's like, all right, like maybe the books are gonna be like, well, the Cowboys just fucking smoked the Bucks, and the only way that they're gonna beat the Niners is if they smoke them, because the Niners offense is legit, so you got to put up points.
Yeah.
Right? Or not smoke them, but beat them in a high-scoring game, right? And they're like, oh, you know, maybe they're gonna fucking go and shit on the Birds too, and then they'll look at the last game where the Cowboys beat us at the, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like the Cowboys are like streaky to a point where it's like they get hot for like 2 or 3 games, you know what I mean? And then they have that one just like fucking shit show. Dak throws a pick 6, 2 other interceptions.
Yeah.
You know, their defense just explodes. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't really want to see either. Like, I mean, the Cowboys and the Niners are both good teams, but I think the Niners are better. I don't know.
that's going to be a good game. That's the Niners and Cowboys is going to be a great game.
That will be a good game.
Also, wouldn't mind Brock Purdy just like shoving his wiener down their throat and throwing for like 4 touchdowns and blowing them out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad either.
That would be pretty sick. And then, you know, they come into the link and just get obliterated by the Eagles on our way to the Super Bowl. Here's the question for you. Who do you want to see, like, if the Eagles make the Super Bowl, who would you want to see in the Super Bowl?
Bills.
Bills?
Yeah.
I think our defense could feast on Josh Allen.
That's possible. I just think that would be the best because that's who Lex likes. Like, that would be the most fun for me.
Speaking of that, dude, you know what Maggie told me? We're sitting here watching football the other weekend. She was like, I was like, who are you? You're like, I forget what we were talking about. We were talking about like fandom in sports or like football. And she was like, I think I'm gonna be a Bills fan. And I looked at her. I was like, why, dude? Like, that's like the bandwagon everyone's jumping on right now. I was like, why not just be an Eagles fan? She's like, oh, I'm not jumping on the Eagles. Didn't they like just win the Super Bowl like a few years ago? It's like, yeah, but it's like we were underdogs the whole year pretty much after Carson Wentz got hurt, and then we were really bad for a few years, and like Jalen Hurts just came out of nowhere, and it's like this is the first year we've been like really, really good. Like
yeah, this is the first year we've gotten any respect.
Right.
And it took a while to get the respect.
Yeah.
It's fun being an Eagles fan and a Philly fan in general, dude. Like, it's the same all the way across the board, and it's just blatant disrespect everywhere you look. And it's funny because like Lex like would just hear me like complaining about sports media until she started living with me, and like and now she actually sees like how bad it is because now I complain to her a lot more, and I'm like, look at how they're fucking hating on us. It's pretty much my message. Like like the shit that people say about Philly teams is just so egregious sometimes. And it's just like, and she's like, no, like I see it now, and it makes me like when the Eagles and like the Philly teams do good, because it's like you guys, like the media always is like, nah, they're not legit. Like count you out and like shits on you. And I'm like, yeah, you damn Skippy, brother.
They do be doing that. I mean, I remember like the Phillies at the beginning of last year was like pretty much counted out from the beginning.
And the whole playoffs.
And then Joe Girardi got fired like halfway through. Rob Thompson takes over, and it's like you guys go on this crazy run, still getting like disrespected in the playoffs, like going into the World Series. You're like, dude, even going into the World Series, like, oh, dude, Houston's going to steamroll you guys. You go out and take game 1. It's like, what?
Yeah, casual. So Hakeem Olajuwon said this yesterday about Embiid. He's got all the moves, but leveraging the moves is different. Why would he be shooting threes? And then about Jokic, he says his shot, his fakes, they're very difficult to time. You don't know when he's faking and when it's real. He has tricks. He's the one. Last year, Jokic from 3, 97 of 288, 33.7%. Embiid from 3, 93 of 251, 37.1%. So Jokic shot 37 more threes, and he didn't shoot them as well. But now he's like, why is Embiid shooting all these threes? Jokic is the one. Jokic is shooting them more and not making as many.
Yeah, what, dude? That's just like blatant, not having any like proof behind your statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just like pure bias.
Yeah.
Like, show me something to back that up, dude.
I got nothing. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
That's just the way it is in Philly, dude.
Dude, I feel like that's
especially
just like...
Embiid not getting the MVP last year and Jokic getting it.
Yeah, that was bullshit,
Jokic
dude.
is probably going to get it again this year, too. I think he's the favorite right now.
Really? Is he having a better year than he did last year?
No, it's like the same.
Like same shit.
But I mean, same is still really good, right? Like, I think he just had another 30-point triple-double. I think he's got 2 this year. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And Embiid's got, like, more 40-point games or 45-point games than everybody else in the league combined, though.
What are the Sixers sitting at right now?
I don't know. Embiid just put up like 40 and 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, I think. The Sixers are 28-16, third in the East.
Oh, that's not bad. For some reason, I thought you guys were like sitting 5th or 6th.
No, well, they were like, but not good. Embiid missed some time, and they were sitting around 500. But since he's come back, they've been better. Yeah, they're 28-16. If they win their next game, they'll be tied with the Bucks. The Bucks are 29-16.
Damn, the Celtics are going off.
Yeah, but it's early still. A lot of ball left.
Yeah, there's a lot of ball left.
But also then the Nets are right there at 27-16. The Cavs at 28-17.
Dude, the top of the East is kind of tight.
Yeah, I actually have this in my note that like it's so wide open for a change. Like, look at the West. You got the Nuggets and the Grizz at the top, and then it's Pelicans, Kings, Mavericks, and like they're all solid teams. But like, you do have Nuggets and Grizz at the top of the West, but the rest of the teams below, especially if they're all healthy, 7-game series, bro. Like, they can go either way.
Yeah, that's true.
In the East, like the top 5 to me are super legit. The Pacers are no joke. I mean, the Heat are good. The Hawks can make a run in the playoffs. You saw that last year. The Bulls, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they actually don't have a bad team. And then honestly, there's the Knicks, who are the fucking highest ranked team, of the ones that I didn't say. But
you don't. It's too early.
I don't trust them in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's too early to tell with them.
I don't trust the Sixers in the playoffs at all, if we're being fair. I know that the Knicks are like an okay regular season team that will probably flop in the playoffs. Whereas you look at like the Hawks, who are a team that will barely make the playoffs, but will be that kind of dark horse villain.
I mean, honestly, dude, at this point in the year, the Knicks are having a better season than what they typically do. Like 25-20 is not great, but like they're sitting at the 6th spot. Like I think at this time last year we were like 5 spots below. We were sitting like 10 or 11. And we just stayed that fringe team like all year.
Yeah,
they're very streaky, dude. Like they'll go on like an 8-1, 7-2 kind of streak, and then they'll fucking lose 4 or 5 in a row, and they'll just keep that pace all year. It's frustrating as hell.
That's how the Hawks have been. They haven't had more than like a 3-game win streak this season. But maybe that's
the
just
Knicks had
what
like
Knicks
an 8
are.
or 9 game win streak, and then
yeah, they
like
did. They were really good like the first half of December.
Yeah,
they were on a crazy streak, I think. In the NHL, we got Ivan Provorov catching some heat. The Flyers had their Pride Night last night, and in their pregame skate, everybody had like these LGBTQ plus sweaters on, and he didn't want to wear it, so he just like didn't skate with the team. It's not like he went out in like his regular warm-up; he just didn't go out with everybody. And people were like after the game, people were asking him about it, and he was like, I think everybody has a right to their choice, and that's fine. Like I don't dislike people based on their choices, but I also have a right to my choice, and it's against my religion, so like I didn't want to do it, and I think I should be able to have that choice. So that's all I'm gonna like say about that. If you guys want to ask me any hockey questions, that'd be really cool.
It's the best way to handle that too, dude. It's like that's Literally, like, the whole point of living in America is, like, you have that
Exactly.
freedom.
Yeah, but, society wants it to be like, you have that freedom unless you don't agree with those people, if you don't agree with other people, then, blah, blah, blah.
But then that's, at that point, just not having that freedom.
Right. Then, okay, so only some people have freedoms, is what you're saying. And the NHL's activism partner, they're called You Can Play, was like, oh, like, he negatively impacted the Flyers Pride Night. Like, it's a bad look for the league. I think we just need to, like, talk to him and, like, educate him and all this stuff. It's like, or you can just let the dude fucking practice his religion.
How about
and stay true to his faith,
dude?
Feel free.
It's super annoying to me because, like I'm not saying, like, I don't agree, but, like, people are allowed to have their opinions even if you don't agree with them. And if they don't agree with you and have a different opinion of you, you don't, like, shun them. You just say, hey, I don't agree with you. And guess what? That's okay. And he's not causing any harm by doing that.
And you also can't force people to conform to your beliefs.
Right.
It's not just saying his beliefs are right. Like, Bible thumpers that are fucking throwing Christianity down your throat every second that they get. Like, you're just as bad as them trying to force people to practice, like, something that you're about. You know what I mean?
Right. That's exactly what it is, dude. It's a
and
Bible
I don't think it ruined Pride Night.
No.
I think, they went out and they won 5-2 and everybody had a good fucking time.
If that's what's letting you ruin Pride Night, then, like, that's saying more about you than...
Right, and it's not like he went out. Like, I bet you most of the fans there, other than the ones that are like, oh, I really like Ivan Provorov, nobody noticed that he didn't go out for skate with the team.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet, dude, it's one thing if he had gone out with, like, a fucking, like, a hate flag and skated around with the team, you know what I mean?
Right, or even like with his own jersey, that would have been, like, more of a distraction. He just was like, all right, I'm just going to hang out in here and be unproblematic.
Right.
Like, you guys go do your thing, but, like, I don't, that doesn't kind of align with what I believe in, so I'm gonna hang back on this one.
All right, dude. And if you just forced everybody to, that's like straight up what the Nazis were, dude.
What if it was fucking Alcoholics Day, and it was, hey, alcoholics, fucking come to the stadium, and everybody went out and they were like, all right, we're all gonna rip shots, fucking pregame, and one dude was like, nah, bro, I'm sober, like, I don't want to rip shots.
And then they were like, shame,
dude,
shame.
You didn't want to go rip shots with us before the game. We need to educate you and get you hammered.
Educate you on the percent of alcohol you should be drinking.
What if that was his education? You have to sleep with a man, and then you'll understand.
And then you'll understand. That's obnoxious, dude. It's just...
Yeah.
I get the whole, like, having a Pride Night. I think it's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Make people feel empowered and, like, put a spotlight on like, people that haven't gotten that spotlight in many years past, and I think it's awesome.
And also, make people feel included and welcome, and, like, that's what it's all about, right? But, like, you can't fucking be berating one dude for quietly just, staying out of it.
Right. Yeah, dude, it's just, like, that shouldn't be what's in the news. What's in the news should be, like, we had Pride Night, this is what came of it, like, look at, like, the great time that everybody had. We
celebrated all these people.
Yeah, not, oh, this dude wouldn't get up and skate with his team. Like, who fucking cares, dude?
I don't know. And they probably had a bunch of cool shit going on because the Flyers theme nights are usually pretty good.
Yeah, and it's like just hockey games in general always have some fun shit going on, dude. Like, always gonna be a good time. You could go to a fucking, like, I don't know what it's called, like AHL minor league hockey game, and it's still gonna be a great time. Used to go to the Hudson Valley River Rat or Albany River Rats games all the time when I was little.
Alyssa was texting Cassandra and was like, oh, like, me and Mike went to this AHL hockey game that they have a team here in San Diego. She was like, and there was this dude in front of us who was so obnoxious, screaming the whole time. He was worse than Kenny. And I was like, oh boy, he must have been real bad.
I was, dude, it's funny that you say that because I was watching the new Son of a Boy Dad episode today while I was working. And they had these two guys on, I forget, but they're, like, Philly boys, obviously, because Roan's a big Philly guy.
Yeah.
And Roan, they're talking about how, like, when you go to the game, like a baseball game, you sit in the outfield, like, you try and get, like, the wall seats behind the outfielder so that you can, like, chirp the opposing left fielder or right fielder. And Roan was like, oh, dude, I'll be, like, in their ear all game. Like, I'm being loud and obnoxious, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, and it's funny because sometimes, like, he'll come back out, like the fielder will come back out with his batting glove in his back pocket, but just like the middle fingers like sticking out. So it's like a good fun, like good time, just like chirping. And he's like, it's just like Philly scummery, like that's what it is.
Yeah.
And the other guy was on there, and he was like, he's a Philly guy too, but he was just like, dude, I just like don't have it in me, man. I can't do it. Like I feel like I'm just like being too loud and obnoxious for like all the people around me, and then I got like kids around me and all that. And Ron's like, nah, fuck that, dude. Like I get right up on the wall and I'm fucking yelling at this guy. I'm like hyping up the crowd, like getting everybody involved and stuff. I was like,
that's the best thing
bro.
is that you're in Philly, so most of the people in Philly are down with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for this one time, I was at this one Union game. It was a playoff game, and it's me, Cassandra, and Lex, and there's like a family sitting in front of us, right? And I'm fucking hooting and hollering, and okay, there's some F-bombs flying, whatever, dude. I'm drunk at a Union game, hollering. Like, bro, it's a soccer game. They have the most rowdy fans, hands down, across the world. Like, and you then put that in Philly. That's what you get. And dude, she was kind of like giving me some dirty looks, and like she might have said something at one point, and I was just like not saying anything to her, just like I was like saying it to like Cass and Lex. And I was like, it's wild, bro. We paid like the same exact price as everybody else to sit in these seats. So we have like the same exact right to sit here and say whatever we want as the other people that got these tickets. And then eventually they left early.
I just like can imagine like the family, like the soccer family snob too. You know what I mean? Like the soccer fans that are like all family oriented, but like super snobby about everything.
Yeah.
Like pretty much the soccer snob kid that plays, like every team has one where it's like one or two kids on the team, they're the soccer snobs. It's like that family.
So then this year we went to the first playoff game, and there was a couple like maybe 5 rows behind us from Cincinnati. That's who we played in the first round. And the lady was hammered, bro, and she was having a good time. And like, that's fine with me, bro. Like, get on with it, but like, expect it back. And there was this one dude in front of me. It was 2 dudes, and I think between them they had like 6 different seats. And then one guy was fucking pissed drunk, dude. He was hollering the whole time, and he was giving it right back to this lady, telling her like, shut the fuck up. All this stuff was just, dude, ripping her a new one. I don't even remember the shit he was saying, but like everybody was cracking up. And then we had like, there's a bunch of chants in the stadium, and it was "Go back to Ohio, go back to Ohio." It was so much fun, dude. It's a blast, dude. Sports games are a fucking hoot. Get a nice little buzz on, get in there, get yourself feeling confident, get that liquid courage, dude, and get to holler and enjoy yourself.
Oh, dude, that's how, like, even the Yankees-Mets game we went to over the summer where we're sitting in the bleacher creatures is just the energy of the stadium, dude, and just being around all those people that are like, just as passionate about the sport as you are. It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely, like, outgrowing it a bit now because now I go to games with Lex, and Lex doesn't get rowdy, so I don't get as rowdy. Like, sometimes I do if I'm feeling good and I'm drinking too much at the ballpark. Like, when it was Phillies-Mets in New York, we went to this one game, the Phillies were not doing well, like, the whole time. Castellanos hits a bomb, like, Phillies take the lead in the top of the 8th, and I'm like, let's fucking go! And then in the bottom of the 8th, the fucking Mets went yabo and took the lead and ended up winning the game. I was like, alright, this is very fun. It's not fun anymore. But for the most part, I'm just chilling, dude. Like, now I usually just, like, smoke and eat some crab fries and get a couple beers. And just chill, dude. Eat some crab fries, drink a couple Millers. Like, I leave there feeling good, but I'm not, like, rowdy.
Yeah. That's like the epitome of the Knicks and Sixers game we went to, bro. We smoked in the parking lot and just sat up there with a beer and was just like, it was like playing 2K from the fucking stadium seats. Yeah. Dude. It was awesome.
Dude, that's the best way to do it. Way better to fucking smoke, especially for those indoor games. That's the way to do it. For the birds, if I'm outdoor, no, I think it's just if it's the birds. If it's the birds, I would rather drink and be getting rowdy because that shit's fun.
Yeah.
But like Flyers, Sixers, Phillies, smoking and chilling, nice. Union, I want to drink and get rowdy.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
but the Union's such a small stadium too.
Oh, it probably feels like way more intimate though.
Yeah, all the seats are like 100 level seats. They don't have like a upper level or anything like that.
Deck,
you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's like you're more like in the action. You're chanting the whole time. We went to the season opener this year, and we were like 3 rows up from the keeper, and I was giving it to the keeper the whole time, talking about his poopy diaper and how his mom has to change it. And like my sister hated it, and Lex hated it, but like all the people around us loved it, and they were fucking egging them, like getting on this guy too. And I was like, "Let's go,
Let's
baby!"
go. The people feed off that energy, dude.
Dude's name was Miller. I was like,
Miller Lite.
Miller, you got poop in your pants. That's like my go-to. That's my go-to heckle: poop in the pants and poopy diaper.
I see that brown stain. You can't hide it.
Yeah, I know that's not dirt, brother. Dirt don't run like that. Cassandra, she's like, I'll never forget this one time. We're at this fucking Phillies game, and you kept telling this dude that he had a hook in his mouth. And she was like, and I didn't get it. And I was like, yeah, well, there's probably a hook, and it was probably in his mouth like a fish. And she's like, yeah, that's what you said at the time. And I'm like, because it makes sense. There's a hook in his mouth. What's not to get?
I could just see her being all confused by that too.
Yeah, she's like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're not even saying that he's bad at baseball or anything. You're just saying he has a hook in the mouth, which isn't even true." No, the poopy diaper thing. I'm sure he was not standing up there with a diaper full of shit, but it's funny and it gets in players' heads, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
I was doing that so much when we were fucking there we sat through a rain delay, and then I was hollering that at the relief pitcher, and he gave up a walk-off grand salami to Bryce Harper.
That's because he had a hook in his mouth.
No, because he had a poopy diaper, and then I picked this fucking 8-year-old up like I was Simba, or he was Simba.
Did you really?
No. Yeah.
What? I was 8-year-old?
Yeah. I was talking to the kid before the game. We got there early, and we had good seats. We were like 6 rows behind the dugout, and so were they. And, you know, they're trying to get autographs and stuff. So I'm like, it's like probably like 8 or 10 kids that were on a team, and like, you know, a couple of parents that took them. And we're shooting the shit, and he's like, yeah, we had batting practice, like, with the Phillies, like, before the game. Now we got these seats, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, it's fucking dope. So I'm yelling at this dude's got poop in his pants, he got a poopy diaper, and only his mom can change him and all this stuff. And the kid is sitting, like, a couple seats down. A bunch of people left because of the rain delay, so now we're, like, closer. And we're not closer, but there's nobody between us. And the kid's like hollering the same stuff, like he's getting in on it with me. And then Bryce Harper went yard, and I fucking picked this kid up, and I was like, "Let's go!"
Yo, that's awesome, dude. I've never heard that story before.
I don't know, dude. It's so funny. It was me, my mom, Bobby, and my Aunt Beth, and. Yeah, dude, my mom was pissed because I was all fucked up, and she was like, she wanted to leave for the rain delay, and I was like, ain't no way, no how. And she was like, well, you're hammered, you're pitch drunk, and you're embarrassing me. And I was like, suck it up, buttercup. I'm fucking hammered, and I'm having a good time.
I'm having a good
You're just trying to ruin it.
Puffing on Zooties at the Phillies game.
Nah, I was working in the office that day, so I got out of work, and I went to the liquor store, and I grabbed some shooters, and I ripped them on the subway on the way down to the stadium. And then I got out of the stadium. My mom still wasn't there yet, so I just went to Xfinity Live. I wasn't allowed inside because I had my backpack, so I just sat at the outside bar, had a couple Millers, ripped a few shots. My mom got there, I threw my backpack in the car, went into the stadium feeling good, brother. And then I just continued to drink and get hammered.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it was a
wish
good
I
time.
lived close to like a sports. Even it doesn't have to be like baseball, dude. I just want a pro sports team within 20 minutes of me.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's always traffic, so it always takes like a half hour to get there. But
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter.
What else we got on this doc?
Man City lost to United this weekend in the Premier League, which is a bummer. Especially Arsenal beat Tottenham. So let's look at that real quick. Let's look at that table real quick. Of course, that one like doesn't come up like easily. All the other ones do. So Arsenal's at the top. They're 4 points ahead of City. Oh, City and United are actually tied on points, but City have 20 more goal differential than them.
City and United are tied?
Yeah, they both have 39 points. And then Newcastle are in fourth with 38.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it's Tottenham with 33, and then Fulham with 31, Brighton with 30, Brentford with 29, Liverpool are in 9th with 28, and Chelsea are in 10th with 28.
Dude, it's getting like, I mean, not late, but like
Halfway, dude. Liverpool,
yeah,
like Arsenal, City, Liverpool, they all have 18 games played. That's half. It's a 36 game season.
yeah.
Or no, is it
Jeez.
38? It's 38. It's 38.
38.
So, I mean, but like Man U and Newcastle and Tottenham, they've all got 19 games played. They're halfway done, dude. We're halfway through the season right now, and Liverpool are in 9th and Chelsea are in 10th.
Wow. Who would have thought, dude? Like, what
And,
a
like,
mix-up for, like, the
they're
top of the
both-
standings.
They're both 10 points out of Champions League ball halfway through the season.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, is Liverpool still in Champions League? Like, they made
I
it
think
out of their
so.
group, right?
I think so, yeah.
Chelsea are too.
Yeah. Did you see the tweet that I tagged you in?
When did you do it?
This afternoon.
No,
Probably
I did
not.
Should I look at it?
No, not right now. It's kind of long. But I was like, if Johnny was a Liverpool fan, and then it was this dude, and before the season, he's like, Liverpool are the best team, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't see how we don't win fucking every trophy. And then it's like him, like, he does like a recap after every game. So it's
Yeah.
like, Liverpool are terrible. This team sucks. They're so bad. Oh, like, this team's terrible. And then it was like, look at us now. Like, look at us get our form. And it's like, we're terrible. Like, we suck. And then it's like, I forget everything I said before. This is the start of the season for Liverpool. Like, we're going to take the Champions League by storm. Like, we're coming for you in the Premier League. And then it's just like, this team's fucking shit. And then it's like, and then they win. And it's like, we are so good. And it's like, how do we lose to Man United? And it's so funny. I'm like, dude, this is just Johnny. Like, when the Yankees are bad, like for like a streak, it's like so low.
world is
It's just
ending,
like, it's just
dude.
quicker turnaround in soccer because every game is more meaningful in soccer.
Right.
So it's like the same kind of ebbs and flows, and then it's like, when we play this good, we're beating everybody. Like, we're the best team, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, so they beat City 1-0 when Bobby and I went to the game in Philly. And that was a good game. And he was like, this is the fucking Liverpool I know. Like, when we play like this, nobody's touching us. And then the next week they lose to like Brighton or Brentford. And he's like, are you like 4-0? And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I should do
funny.
a TikTok like that of the Yankee season coming up, where it's like every week I'll just like do like a 10 or 15 second recap of how I'm feeling about the Yankees for the season.
Or like every series.
Yeah.
Every series or even every game. Like, you watch every game, you know what I mean? So you could do like, watch a game, do a fucking 1 minute, like,
Dude, I'm about
instant
to start
fucking response fucking TikTok,
dude.
like instant reaction TikTok, you know what I mean?
I'm about to start doing that for like to start my own Yankees TikTok account, like separate of the one I have now, and just every game recap it like with a TikTok afterwards with my thoughts and like funny reactions if I have any of those. Because I mean, sometimes like you said, I'd just be fucking the world's ending if the Yankees lose 4 games in a row in the middle of fucking May.
Yeah. So somebody took that kid's fucking like clips from all that kid's TikToks and mashed them up into a
Put
video.
them together.
It was awesome.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch that when I get off.
It was like so I see City winning the Premier League, and then I see in the Carabao Cup it's either going to be City or Liverpool. I'm going to give Liverpool the edge, and then the next video is like, all right, so Liverpool just got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by City.
Oh, speaking of cups, dude, did you see any of the El Clasico Super Cup final, Supercopa?
No, I didn't.
Last Sunday?
No.
Dude. Barcelona let us have it, dude. It was
oh, really?
I think 3-1 Barca ended up winning, and Real Madrid's defense looked
terrible.
Bad. I mean, no aspect of our game looked great, and it was a little concerning because I was like, oh, dude, like, we got Champions League coming back, like we gotta find our form, like this is not how you want to go into Champions League, especially.
Nah.
Dude, I think the World Cup really fucked us up. I think the World Cup just being smack in the middle. Yeah, dude, our form was insane. Like, we had a great Champions League group stage run. Like, I'm pretty sure we went into the World Cup before it started, like top of the La Liga table.
I think you were one game behind.
Even so, ever since then, dude, since the end of the World Cup, we've just been shit, man. It's been kind of depressing to watch.
No, it's all right, dude. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, still a lot of ball left.
Make a good run.
I'd like to see us get back to our form. before Champions
Yeah,
League
I mean,
starts off again.
I think every team in bad form wants to get back to their form.
Yeah, but every team in bad form doesn't always have a good form. That's the thing.
That's true. That's true. And since you've seen the good form, you're like, all right, why can't we do that again?
Right.
We only got one more thing on here, and that is Mac Miller's mixtape "Kids" hitting 1 billion streams on Spotify.
I saw that today, and I was like, God damn, dude! Like,
And that's just on Spotify alone. It's got a lot to do with the spins becoming so popular lately, for sure.
Yeah, but also like it hasn't been on.
But still,
Kids
1
hasn't been on
billion?
streaming since it came out.
That's true, because it was just a mixtape.
Right. Yeah,
Let's
Billy
see.
with a B. That's a lot, dude.
When did Kids go on Spotify?
Ow. I'm pretty sure it was only like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
I don't know, dude. All it brought me was fucking Spotify Kids. 2020, I think.
Yeah, 3 years ago. I remember when it came out on streaming. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's dope." Pun intended.
Yeah, April 29th, this fucking headline from Hot New Hip Hop. Mac Miller's Kids mixtape finally hit streaming services. Yeah, April 29, 2020.
And then they added. I'm pretty sure Faces got added like a few months after that.
Yeah, it is. I gotta listen to Faces more. I totally forgot about that one, and I added it to my record collection list.
You got Faces on vinyl?
No, I need to. It's on vinyl. I've seen people have it on vinyl.
Yeah. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I hate ordering them online because it's not the same as like going into a record store and getting them.
Yeah,
but...
I don't let myself order online anymore. That's my new rule. Is like I'm only gonna. Other people can order online for me, and that's why I have a list going because some of them are gonna be so hard to find. But other than that, I'm just gonna get everything fucking on like if I see it in a store.
Yeah, I think the only one I'm gonna actually plan on buying online is Gothic Luxury Meech's new album because I just don't think that's gonna be like in stores really anywhere. Although the one not the one we went to when you were here, but like my favorite record store in Bloomington, if you go on their website, dude, their front page will show you like everything new that they get in, like it updates like every day. So like the other day when Maggie and I were going to the we're just like driving around doing shit, and I was like, yo, let's go to Yellow Dog. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hop on their website and see like what they got new. I'm just scrolling and scrolling. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Tyler the Creator, SZA album, blah blah blah. And then I saw the Flatbush Zombies Drugs mixtape on vinyl. And I was like, what the fuck? That is a find, dude. So I was like, Maggie, we're going right now. Like, going to the store and snagging that as fast as I fucking can. I was like, never in my life would I expect to find that on vinyl. That was a sick find. There's like moments like that where I'm like in the store. It's like being in a fucking GameStop when you're like 11 years old, dude, and you're like, it's the same feeling, bro. You're like, oh, I'm so excited.
And you just flip through shit. Like you just flip through like the cheap ass fucking games, like the $5 games.
$5 games, and you find a gem. You're like, or like NCAA like 12 or some shit like that.
Yeah. You're like, oh, NCAA from 5 years ago. Hell yeah, fuck me up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a good list. So for Mac Miller, I need Faces, Best Day Ever, if I can find that on vinyl, Divine Feminine, and The High Life. I know those are on vinyl. And then I'll have pretty much everything of Mac's, except there's only one that I don't have, and we're going to do a draft, so I'm not going to say what it is that I really want, that I don't know if I'll ever find. I was really wondering if there would be a way that I could get custom pressed 45s.
I'm sure there is. It's probably going to be pretty expensive, though.
I know, because 45s, right? It's one song on each side. They're little, like the size of CDs. It's just one song each side. And there's a Mac Miller project that I would love to get on 45s. And there's by Cole, False Prophets, and Everybody Dies. Those are two singles.
That would be fire to have like a flip.
They have the same album cover. And I love those songs, dude. Those are like two of my favorite Cole songs for sure. I love those two songs. So like to have that on a 45 would be money because they're both singles. I'm not going to be able to get those on a record.
A vinyl.
Unless it's like a deluxe and they fucking added that. Like sometimes they'll do, like a lot of the imports, they'll do like, it'll be, this song, if you have like extra space, sometimes they'll throw like a couple extras on there.
Right.
Like they're like hot songs. But even then, it probably wouldn't be that. It'd probably be some radio hit.
Yeah. and it's not going to be on like a Cole greatest hits vinyl. You know what I mean? Because I
No,
don't think those two songs are considered his greatest hits, but they're like hidden gems. They're very good songs.
dude, I got such a good fucking vinyl wish list. I cannot wait to
Dude,
have like all of that as my actual library.
I'm like so proud of the collection that I have now, and I've built it over just like the last year or so.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Like
what it's been for me too.
even less than that, dude. Like I mean, I've always had like 4 or 5 that I like Tits and fucking why can't I think Illmatic and
Yeah,
the Kendrick one To Pimp a Butterfly. Like I've had like some classics, but like I really just got into it like a year ago and just started like, I mean, $30 for a record is like not much, dude, and it's like an awesome collection to start. So
yep.
why would I
Yeah,
not?
I have 6 more on my Revolution list, 6 on my Slightly Stupid, 6 on J. Cole, 4 on Iration, 4 Mac Miller, and then just like 1 Pepper album, All American Badass. And then obviously I'm gonna find other shit that I want that I don't want bad enough to add on a list.
Ooh,
Not
I
gonna
gotta
lie.
get some. I gotta get some Joey. I gotta
Yeah,
find some Joey. That would be sick. That's the other thing though, dude. I need to expand. Like I only have like 2 or 3 vinyls that aren't rap. Like I got MGK, Pierce the Veil, and there's another one I forget, but I
yeah.
think it's.
I have some rock. Like I have Blink-182 greatest hits.
I almost
I
bought
got
that one last
AC/DC.
weekend.
I got Nirvana. I got a few Tom Petty albums. I got some Eric Clapton. I got some CCR. I got a shit ton of Hank Jr. from my grandfather. I got some Elvis. I got some old shit that I inherited from my grandfather.
Yeah,
But I got some other shit that I got on my own too. But I like a lot of music, so I'll fuck with it. And I got some Dookie ass Drake. I can't believe that's in my
you got some
collection.
Drake.
Yeah, I got it for Lex. I don't think it's ever been played, honestly.
Which one is it?
I think it's Take Care.
Oh, I mean, good Drake album to have.
Yeah, I think that's her favorite. You want to do this draft?
I would want nothing more.
All right, we're gonna draft our favorite Mac Miller projects. Um, so EPs, mixtapes, albums, whatever tickles your fancy to celebrate
Dude,
the
so
kid.
we were talking about this earlier about like what draft we were gonna do, and I said maybe we should do Mac songs because we're gonna run out of picks after like we do projects. But I didn't realize how many like different fucking
He has so
mixtapes.
many.
So many, dude.
He pretty much put out like a project every year for a minute.
Yeah, I mean that's what Logic is doing now. He's been doing for the past however many years, dude. It's gonna be awesome when he eventually does retire and he just has like this huge discography of music.
Like, dude, in what did he put out in 2012? Anything? The
Yeah,
U
Macadelic.
EP, but that's pretty short. Oh, Macadelic. But yeah, 2012. And then in 13, watching movies with the
Oh
sound
wait,
off. Yeah, 2012
uh,
was Macadelic.
continue. I gotta text Magoo about something.
Yeah, so Macadelic was 2012. Watching movies with the sound off 2013. Faces 2014. Good AM 2015. The Divine Feminine 2016. Um,
Nothing in 17.
I don't think so. But then Swimming in 2018.
Yeah.
And then, he died, and then Circles came out in 2020. But then before 2012, he had Blue Slide Park in 2011, Kids in 2010. I Love Life, Thank You also came out in 2011.
Mac Miller. Yo, come here. Oh, well, never mind then. Huh? Thank you. So I know I showed you this, but people aren't going to see this because it doesn't go on YouTube. But
Oh, yeah, dude.
this is what Maggie painted over the weekend, and
Not
it came out
bad.
fucking
That's fucking
awesome,
sick.
dude. Look
Yeah.
how good Macadelic came out, bro. I'm like, that's super
I
fucking
know.
hard to do.
I know.
But I came downstairs from gaming and watching football, and she was just sitting on the couch painting, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Painting. Look at this." And I was like, it was before she had like obviously all of this done. I was like, "That's fucking awesome, dude." But yeah, I can't wait to hang that one up because it came out really good. I don't know how she does it, dude. I could not paint like that. She's on her Bob Ross type shit.
Ooh, Bobby Boy.
I've been watching a lot of Bob Ross lately, actually. He's a good watch.
He's not bad. I can't say. I've been watching Bobby Ross lately. All right, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, you want me to take my number one overall pick?
I do. Who are you taking?
This is actually a tough pick for me, dude, because there's two that are like my like I don't have a single favorite project. I have two that are my number ones. But I'm
Okay.
just gonna go based off of like what I've been listening to most recently. So I'm gonna take swimming with my number
Okay.
one overall pick. And I think like that's my favorite Mac project because that was the first project that really showed his like evolution as an artist. He like kind of went into this like R&B ish hip hoppy vibe where it wasn't
Yeah,
like
I
just
agree.
Mackety raps. It was like more like artistic music, but it also sounded like he kept his true sound. And also like that's just like really nostalgic to me because like that was the summer that obviously like he died, and Andy and I would listen to that album on our way to work. Landscaping like every morning driving up to like North Myrtle Beach. It was like Mac Miller dropped swimming. We're gonna listen to it. We listened to it like every morning. And
Yeah.
so it was just like really nostalgic to me, and it's like a big part of like mine and Andy's relationship. So like I hold it dear to my heart.
Swimming's good. You and I have such different Mac tastes, but
I
I
know,
love swimming too.
which is why I think this draft
Um,
is gonna be fun.
I think it's gonna be easy.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be so easy for me.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with number one. It's tough to make which one my number one, but I know my top two. Um, which is why I want.
That's how I.
wanted you
That's
to
how
go
I
first.
was. That's exactly
Um,
how I was.
I think I'm gonna go with Kids with number one. That was like, that was the first Mac that I listened to, and like Kids along with like Donald Trump, like he dropped that one random single.
Yeah.
That shit was fun. I just loved it, dude, and that's like my favorite kind of Mac is like that old school fun shit where he's just being a goon.
Yep.
Love Kids, dude. That was like the first vinyl that I was like, I need this. Um, and then for my number two, I'm taking Blue Slide Park, and that's the
Mm.
nostalgia one for me. Like I have a core memory of buying it on my iPod on fucking iTunes while I was taking a shit in my parents' bathroom because my sister was taking a shower. Like we were getting ready to go to school, and like that album had just like always like stuck with me, and like I listened to it so much, and like that was when that came out, like we were in like middle school or high school. It was like that was
2009,
what I was
right?
bumping.
2010. That was our first year of. That was our freshman year of high school.
2011.
Oh, this one says this kid says. Oh, Blue Side Park. I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
Blue
about
Side
kids.
Park's
Yeah,
2011.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much like around that time.
Early high school, dude. That was
when
like I always
everyone
listened
was
to that.
wearing like the blue and the red Mac shirts with like the like
Yeah.
the little Mac logo on them, dude. It just
Yeah,
said Mac Miller
yeah.
in like puffy letters.
I was not wearing that, but I was like totally taking the Mac swag of like
Yeah,
the button down flannel type John with a snapback.
with the
like
flat brim
that was
snapback.
me. Yeah. I've
Yep.
seen like all the fucking music videos that are popping up from like kids because of the 1 billion, and I'm like, bro, that was literally my style. Like I was rocking the fucking button up with the snapback. Like that's what it was.
Yep, yep. That's fire. I obviously knew those were going to be your two picks. Just because I mean we've had this conversation not on a podcast many times. I feel like.
Yeah.
So I got two back to back now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with my second favorite project from Mac. And I kind of knew you weren't going to take this one because you were just saying how you need to go back and listen to it. But I'm going with Faces.
Yeah.
That's just like Mac at like I feel like that's Mac at like his darkest. You know what I mean? Like he's going through some deep dark shit when he made that project. And I watched a documentary about it, about like him going through like the studio sessions of him writing the songs and making all that shit, and even the guys that were like helping him produce it, and all these like other artists that were coming in were like, yeah, he was in his bag, but he was like going through some dark shit, like with the drugs and sipping on lean and all that stuff. But like, there's just something beautiful about being like, I mean, it's the same with Slim Shady, dude. When he was fucking off of his shit with the drugs and stuff, it was like when he made like his best music. And it's sad to say, but like, that's just the truth. But also like Mac is not like, he's not like a fuck you type of guy like Slim or Eminem was. He was just like, he kind of pushed his shit down, but like made it prevalent in his music, just not with like a fuck you type of lyric. It was more of like
with a sadness.
Yeah. So yeah, Faces is got to be my second favorite. And then third, dude, this is tough because there's two that I really want to pick, and I think you might pick one of the two. But I probably got to go best day ever, just because
Yeah, I was gonna take that.
that's my like nostalgic Mac, like OG, like first Mac song I heard was Best Day Ever. And I remember to this day when that song comes on, or like when it used to come on my iPad, it would be like the YouTube version, so it would be like the music video version, and I would hear him like, have you seen the music video where it's like him as a kid and he's like singing the song where it's like dun 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 dun,
Oh
and
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
and he's like singing it as a little kid. And
It's
then
like
it goes
it's
into
like
the
a
song.
VCR, like somebody like took the fucking video on their
it's like a home
camcorder. And it's him
video
as a
of
little
Mac.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That comes on, dude, and it's like I had a line like of songs where one would play, and then I knew that next song was up next. So like at the end of the first song, I'd be like already going into Best Day Ever because I just knew it was up next.
Yeah.
And that was like,
yeah, dude. That album mixtape, whatever it is, money. I like need to get that on vinyl.
yeah, same, for sure.
And that's just good vibes, dude. More good
vibes all the way around. That's like my like Mackety frat rap Mac Miller type of stuff. Like that's probably my favorite. I mean, I probably would say Kids is more. I like Kids more, but you obviously can't take that because you already picked it. But
right.
Best Day Ever is right up
great.
there.
With my third pick, I'm taking, and this is easy for me, right? It was going to be Best Day Ever and then this one, but this is easy for me. I'm taking the On and Beyond EP.
Mm-hmm. I knew that was going to be one of yours. You love that shit.
Quick 6-song EP, but it's fucking amazing. I don't know. It's just like all the songs are like if I'm depressed, or like I usually am not, but if I am, like if I'm ever like in a bad mood, just kind of like in the dumps, I'm like, all right, On and Beyond EP. I'm going to sing with Mac Miller. I might shed a tear or two. And but I'm going to be much happier at the end of this.
That's how it goes too.
That one was easy, and now it's a lot tougher because I wanted to go Best Day Ever. But my next one is probably there are two that I like here. And I really don't know which one to go with. It's really close. I'm gonna go with Good AM though.
Ah, you motherfucker! That was gonna be one of my next two. That's
we only got one more.
What, we're doing 4?
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll just keep it at 4.
Oh fuck, that's gonna be tough then, dude. Fuck.
But yeah, Good AM. That was where I was gonna go. Or that, I mean, that it's just good. Like I love Loud. There's a bunch of good songs off of that fucking album. I feel like it was hitting right. Like when we were in college, I remember listening to that. It was fun.
There's something about that like album cover too when it pops up like on the music or whatever, and you see just Mac's face like that. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a banger. Like 100 Grand, banger.
Yeah, love that song.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good pick.
All right, back to you in the studio with your last pick.
That makes my last pick a lot harder, dude. Because I was gonna pick a little bit of a sleeper that I kind of just got put onto a few months ago. But also, like, you still got Watching Movies. Macadelic is still up there. Fucking Circles. Yeah. Oh, man, this is tough.
Watching Movies with the sound off.
All right. Fuck. I got to take Circles, dude. I have to. That's just like Swimming 2, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, great vibes. Like, the music is beautifully produced.
The
lyrics are, like, that slow kind of just, like, Max, like, in his bag. Like, it felt like he was taking that next step into like the next part of his life. Yeah, I gotta go Circles. Circles is right up there with Swimming for me. I just like saved that one for last because I knew you weren't gonna take it.
Yeah. The other one I was debating between was I Love Life, Thank You.
Yeah.
Which went to streaming this summer. But like I fucking love that mixtape. We were driving somewhere the other day and I was driving and I was like, Lex, put something in the queue from I Love Life, Thank You. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Like, anything in particular? I'm like, nope, anything.
Was I Love Life, Thank You? Is that like your honorable mention?
Yeah. That, like, because it was, that Best Day Ever. Those were the only two that I didn't get on my team that I really fuck with. Like, I really, really fuck with.
Yeah, mine was going to be Macadelic or Delusional Thomas.
Yeah, I knew Delusional Thomas was on your radar.
Yeah, that's just, and it's not even like, obviously it doesn't sound like Mac because every song is like that pitched down, like low, like kind of like that ASAP Rocky kind of sound, you know, where he does that
Yep.
voice effect where it's like, oh, that's the whole
Yep.
mixtape, except for one song is featuring Mac Miller. So like you hear Mac's actual voice for like a verse, and it's sick, dude. It's fucking awesome.
The other one honorable mention is his You EP from 2012. That's like 5 or 6 songs. It's got like a real jazzy vibe to it. It's fun.
Have you heard the Live from Space?
No, I haven't.
I wonder what that is. Is that like different songs, or is it just him performing a bunch of his songs live?
I haven't seen
Oh
the
yeah,
Live
it's just a
from
bunch of
Space.
his. It's just a bunch of his songs live, but it's like all of his discography, like all stuff from Best Day Ever, Watching
Right.
Movies, Macadelic. Oh, that's probably
Now
sick.
that I'm like looking at his discography, I'm like, I want to go back and look at some of these. Like, but my Mackin' ain't easy.
Yeah,
I want to go listen to that.
Chuck English, Absol, Mac Miller, Easily. What's that?
What about Pink
Is
Slime?
that? Oh, this is a
Oh, Pink
this a
Slime was
EP?
Pharrell and Mac.
dude. How have I never heard? There's an EP with Absol, Mac Miller, and Chuck English. Or is it just Absol and Mac Miller? I haven't heard any of these songs. That's crazy. Action Bronson, Chance of Rappers on it. What the fuck? How have I never heard this?
Yeah, I
I'm
gotta go
gonna
back.
have
I
to
gotta
peep
go
that.
back and listen to this. But my Mackin' ain't easy. It's a mixtape from 07.
Oh, 07. That's like fucking 10th grade Mac, dude.
Yeah, dude, that is very old, bro. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Good draft.
Yeah, that was a fun draft. I like that. We should do that more with artists that we listen to similarly to Mac Miller.
I don't think there's any of them that you
Yeah,
and I both
honestly.
listen to.
I mean, Cole would probably be the next
Cole.
one, but I feel like he doesn't
Yeah.
have as many projects as Mac Miller does.
Nah, we would pretty much go through every single one of his projects.
Yeah. That's tough.
Because it's
We'll
what
have to
Friday
think
Night
of something.
Lights, the warm up,
The
sideline
warm-up,
story,
Sideline Story, and then it's
Born Sinner, For Your
Born
Eyes
Sinner,
Only,
Forest Hills Drive,
Forest Hills Drive,
KOD,
KOD, the off season.
off season.
That's 8, and that's all we do in a 4-round draft.
That'd be kind of fun to. I mean, it wouldn't leave us with any like
Nah, there'd be no honorable
or, like,
mentions.
we'd have to take it because it's what's left.
Right.
Give me a new Cole album, dude. Give me a new Flatbush album. It's been 5 years since the last Flatbush album.
Actually, Boz is dropping 2 albums this year. He's dropping a solo album and he's dropping a collab album with somebody. I forget who.
I could get into that.
You gotta get on your Bozzy shit. Bozzy's
I
nice.
know, dude. I really do, and I like a bunch of his singles, but I have never gone through and like actually like gotten to learn his discography. Like I've if he drops an album, I'll listen to it, but I won't like I don't go back to it and listen to it and like learn the songs and track lists.
Yeah. He has like a little EP he put out this past year that's pretty good. He's got Admire Her on there, Bump. I think the London he put on there, but that came out as a single beforehand. Or not the London.
I was gonna say
not the London.
The Jackie.
The Jackie. Yeah.
It's a good song. I listened to that at the gym today, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
You see the drop top, bitch? Stop playing with me.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here, you guys. You have a great weekend. Hug your loved ones. Make somebody you hate smile. Watch some football. Root for the Eagles. And then come back here next week to figure out what the fuck happened.
Get some more smooches.
Smooches.